Good government doesn't happen overnight.
Eleanor Andrews is a member of the South Addition Community Council. Many members of her group are opposed to an ordinance that would change the building code builders would have to adhere to when constructing triplexes and fourplexes.
If all these units are built in this or any other neighborhood, Anchorage is a place of cars. Everybody has a car. If they have to park their car on the street, what do we do for snow removal? That's a concern, and I don't think that's being addressed.
The ordinance would allow triplexes to adhere to residential building standards and fourplexes to residential building permitting. While opponents have expressed various concerns, supporters say the changes could help incentivize construction, in part because following residential building processes can be less expensive and less prohibitive.
I think it's good. I support it broadly.
Former Assembly member John Weddleton owns a fourplex and says he supports the proposed ordinance, but can also see why some are concerned about it.
Just compromising a little bit on that, moving them into the residential code, you can cut the cost dramatically. So you are really changing dramatically in some neighborhoods, the look and feel of the neighborhood, potentially, if this is done. You'd have lots of units on a smaller lot. And people are worried about that.
In addition to lack of parking, Andrews says she's concerned that not enough time was spent on crafting the proposed changes.
It wasn't designed to do that. It wasn't designed to be led by the people on the assembly. The people in the neighborhood, the city, the state are supposed to be driving these kinds of changes.
Assemblymember Kevin Cross is a sponsor of the ordinance and says several of the concerns surrounding the ordinance are ridiculous. He says that making builders adhere to commercial building codes when constructing triplexes and fourplexes partially led to what he considers a housing crisis in Anchorage, because builders were motivated to build single-family dwellings and duplexes, which he said has been part of what has led young professionals to leave the city.